Today na the 6th day of October 2021. We want lay na table the cost of living na Sierra Leone right now. You go say, yes, we don't dey send the camera na different places them. The people in Sierra Leone don't they talk. Then the ministry self don't they talk. The government don't they talk. So what's in the need self? Now the same thing no more. But I need you for pay close attention. For which usa we dey so right now, not to yesterday start, but it don't start way back. But why make we look inside 2021 when this issue of price control starts? When people and begin for grumble say, the price what they see now, it not look correct too. We dey try for call the government in attention, make the president self go know wetin dey go on. Some people they call say, well, now the minister of trade, now him, he would they forget self say, not to trade no more now self again. Now, na trade and industry. Waiting na the industry where we get. Waiting with the grow na salon we don't benefit we. Before we talk, they say, oh, but you know say we not they export anything. So now I make the dollar, but for now. When last self you hear about dollar? When they talk about price, when last year people talk about dollar? But if they hear people they talk about waiting tax. Say now the tax, the tax too much. Now so then they talk now. But the government say then they do what they need for do for make it easy on the people of Sierra Leone. Well, that easy part say, I don't know whose time we go see am. Because as for now, you know the show no side. So what I want for do? January 2021, people be the grumble. So the Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Hinga Sandy, he say, you know what thing? Make them call press conference for him. Make he can explain to the people of Sierra Leone what thing really make prices then turn like how we turn na the country. Remember, this na ustem January 2021. Usa we dey now? October, not so? Okay. Do ya? Make her bring me number one evidence first. We na Dr. Hinga Sandy, they try for explain to me and you about waiting, about the prices we begin go up December to January. This na waiting in been say na the press conference back then. This na been January. Na in the minister talk all what he talk so. January 2021. I tell you say, I want make we take back. Make we understand and able to get proper communication. But if we just can't say, oh, October, we focus by October, then maybe we not going to understand ourselves better. Inside waiting the minister tell we January, we grumble begin come that 10 day. Mostly it tell we say na because of COVID-19. It put up a container, say for example, then they pay 2,000 and something for ship a 40 feet of container for Komo China can salon. But at that time, it is around $7,000 to $8,000. If you even talk say, well, until we they enjoy petrol because petrol be some side na be 9,500, but we will be bringing a candle to 7,000. But we also begin open back. Well, then we get question for go sit down and see and to USA we dey now we know how much petrol cost na salon. when he been the talk, I don't know if you pay attention to all the different funds them where he been say available back then, we don't available. It tell you for funds from UN, funds from World Bank. It talk about the enhanced integrated funds where we say all available. And all land is saying now for create enabling environment. He say we also be don't get foreign direct investments them. It talk about companies the way don't can open as alone. Or we be get interest for can open back. Because it tell about the vegetable oil, producing companies them. Then tell them there, it be even tell we say we now they supply flour to Guinea and Liberia. Just 1 month ago. Not to in them become man and grab with their own. Okay, who they can do? It tell we about a recycling company. We get interest for can start scrap metals. That in been January. He also tell we about another company we get interest for can add value per we iron ore. Where inside Sierra Leone then go to try for extract the iron from the ore. He also tell we about agro processing. This is the only thing that we be tell we inside January. So this na October, dear. Then thing when you outline so because not to me. He also tell we about processing timber into furniture. That then have been January. Even though some of we they say that they left the forest alone. They don't export tea, but January they can't tell you say no it's no need for the exporter. Then when the exporter they go turn and to cheer, they will come back, will buy and we order will send them back inside salon. So what's it that they plan for do? Then they plan for harvest the timber there. Then produce the furniture day. How far with that one day? Not to me talk am. We all in our way they talk am. But he said before that then go do waiting. Timber governance. How far with Dandy? Okay. He say all waiting they don't do. Now for make stability day. Make stability day and price. January, according to the minister. Because they're going to market just now. According to the minister in January, Big Jores will be 258,000. As we speak, Big Jores no, the price not did it again. The Botares is saying will be 262, not to show it cost again. The Pabol guys. I be 305,000. Not to so it cost again. The Makituma Nengo can't tell we. The Fenfe, he said I be 248. Not to so it cost again. He said 194 for 25 kg sugar. Half bag sugar. Not to so it cost again. In January, cement na be 67,000. And this same minister tell we say they don't put everything in place for waiting for stabilize all thing. Cement January na be 67,000. He tell we say even Dangote Union be day lower. How much for cement now? So the stability, the stabilize way say them put everything in place for stabilize all thing. Or the stability means say it then at the market in a short. It said 20 liter oil now be 260,000 in January. It said that the active intervention I make it keep the entire even for rest it will say no worry for rest. People then they talk we get in store say waiting September. That was in January. Which is true. September don't pass. We not hear any say rest shorting or waiting. But the prices, they're not there near waiting been the January. And for cement, it doubled the price. That 10 day, waiting to be the minister and complain, COVID-19. Okay? Let's go na market. Yeah? Okay, we all na manager na this country. Even the small picking themselves don't turn managers because waiting do. Where we they send them go school, we go give them 2,000 loans and say, una manage them. The other Makituman say, he say, we now who put the president there, we the Makituman them. If the president not deal with we, well, okay. You know what that mean, not so? Some prices then they where that particular Makituman they give right now, where the minister be give. Where the minister be say fin that 10 day na be 248,000, but now na 300,000. So 52,000 don't go on top there. The sugar where it be say 194, where maybe the done for 25 kilo, but now according to the price of that woman give 500, so 25 kilo will be 250,000. Or a little over 250,000. Oil na be 260,000. Now na 330,000. We hear say even coconut oil na 16,000 for pint. 16,000. When them people and they talk na Kinjimi, who that in attention then they call for? The president. The president. The president. I know say a lot of times people like say, oh, all tuna put by the president, all tuna put by the. They are calling for the attention of the president or maybe the minister of trade. Where January he been tell we say everything they in control for waiting for stabilize all thing so that we not go catch weed. We not go get shortage of food items than the essentials them. But what are we seeing right now with price? Is the president listening? Yes, he dey listen. That Makituman say, let them deal with the Makituman them. So, I want to let you know, say, then deal with them. But, now far away, now the Minister of Trade go announce the goodies them, we then get for the Makituman them. But we can't look at it if waiting and feel say for help the Makituman them, go up with price. Because this Makituman tell we say 2 million. Like capital, you say you get 2 million, you go for go buy. He say able buy better things. And for the day, he say 300,000 if you know they sell. And this na Kinjimi know they sell every day. And mostly people who go buy na Kinjimi na people who can go sell back na there half community markets them. Where some man, and imagine they can buy under with them prices there then give you so when they go na the community markets, the price they go up more. Okay. Wanna make we listen through Radio Democracy, where the Minister of Trade, Dr. Hinga Sandy, go waka na Makeni and Bo. Yes, Makeni, and Bo. Oh yes. It left to you now. Are you able for see the two locations them, how they able for target them? But through Radio Democracy, Mangi Mansaye, there report for we.
Ministry of Trade and Industry gets the responsibility for develop policy and program for local and international trade. This being term people been don dey raise concern, but the thing them where them price them to go up na the market, wey make the Minister of Trade and Industry go waka na Makeni and Bo for tell people them, but the reason we make price then they go up na the market and serve the work where in ministry don't they do. Dr. Hinga Sandy, na the Minister of Trade and Industry, begin for talk about the different thing them where in ministry don't they do for make price them no go up na the market.
The one we able to control, we able to control. As I talk to you, last year we pulled GST for flour.
Okay, the echo waiting at the room, I go help you. He say the one way we able for control. Now Dr. Hinga Sandy they talk so now, the one way we able for control, we the control them. Last year we pull GST pan flour. January where we go talk. You remember I gave it to be talk about flour. All right. Last year we pulled GST pan flour. What's again, sir?
So that flour price will go up, and I always flour price will go up now. Other countries, Guinea, Senegal. If you check how much they sell flour now almost 350,000. The whole thing. But we, Nasaloya, because we signed 2 agreements with those 3 companies where they can produce flour. One will begin, the other one they can. You realize that the flour still there between 290 to 300,000.
Okay. He say Senegal, Guinea them flour they up. But because we get agreements with 2 companies there, he say one door open. This one now inside October now the minister they talk so. So he left to you now for remember what have been played for you for inside January. He say one door open, but other one get for can't open. Now he make we in a salon, we own flour day around 290 and 300,000. He say, but for the neighbor them, they own day like 350,000. That's what the gam. I make a gam for you. 350,000. That's what then they sell na the neighbor them. So because of the good thing what we don't do for handled flour, so they save 50,000 according to Dr. Hinga Sandy.
Wait, they transport for now for campus and Makini, now go Alba. But I may not say we don't try without it.
Dr. Hinga Sandy continues say the ministry they work triangle one for make market women them form themselves into cooperative for make them able for do big business.
Bam. The ministry they work triangle one so that market women them go form themselves into cooperative so that they go able for do big business. Now market woman tell we say the president for deal with them. If he not deal with them, well, now them put them inside you. If the market woman not there for you, well, now so do you my engam. Okay. So I think they don't they read them what then they. So now I made them say they need the market woman them for make them come to one so that then go able to do big business. For do big business, you need waiting. Money not so. Continue.
So one will see people them we will come together and say, well, we want to put some factory business. Instead of they buy and sell, now we begin production. We almost
he say we want for see Makitum and the way go come together. We go say they want put on pan factory business. Instead of we they go buy and we can sell, make we produce and I am the market people. That's good. I make it say they need to form themselves into cooperative. So then go put on pa waiting factory business. Okay?
See what's not happen where this COVID don't come. Una way you know they go China and come back. Some man not even able to go again.
Where COVID don't come, una obi they go buy markets na China and come back, una not able to go again, says the minister. I tell you because the audio not correct, but I in the talko. Now so we get them from 98, and so they play, and so we all listen and they. So let's just help we save small.
What to do? Because today, money they pay for one container for crude China Kenya, will be like $3,000. Now it almost $15,000.
Okay. In January, the minister been tell we say the container price from China, we begin example, he said them they pay like 2,000, it don't go like 7 to 8,000. Now, where you go work on a Bo and Kenema, na Bo and McKinney, sorry, it tell we say the price, they say some of una, where be they go buy markets na China, una not able go there again because waiting do. Trade, the container price una be they pay for 3,000. Now don't cost $15,000. January na be 2,000, now it cost 7 to 8,000. October now na 3,000, now it cost 15,000. All right. See triple una all thing are big. I just the lay on a table there.
So I dey tell una this because some of we they will know, some of we they will not know. You go China, you go buy Tinder, you carry them. Then you pay all that money. The Minister of Trade can say 7 and 10 you.
Okay. You make an example now. Where people in the Allah say price control not there. He say if you don't go China, you don't go spend all that money. That example when you don't give no more. He said then when you count your market in a saloon, the Ministry of Trade can say cancel and 10 loans. Una go agree? Of course you not go agree. You not go agree. Now make when he begin for talk, he say the one way we able. Then say for comfort. Not all that able you to go challenge. The one way you not able you the challenger. Well that beats the boo box left lie. But the one way able can't see you. So it tell we first sentence we make and they make clear to we first. Let we get that understanding there. Okay, sir, we don't get them. Person no go by there, then the government can tell and say can't auction them. That's true, not possible. Okay? But you see where they talk, you're not talking nothing. Anyway, hold on for Tripoli. Let's continue.
So Hinga Sandy carry on for talk about the Munafa fund, which I say government go add about 70 billion. We make it say plenty people them where then they do business go benefit from.
This new year we will add other 70 billion euro. So then I mean times billion. But now we will increase them for this year. We will increase them by 70 billion euro.
Okay. The Munafa fund na trust na loan where government they loan business people. Last year na be 30 billion. But now last year to this year. But next year the minister they tell we say it they go to 100 billion. Because he say then they add 70 billion per tap. For waiting. For trust the Makituman them. Okay. Some of the Makituman them maybe they not get the capital again. We can call that aid money. Sometimes they not get the aid money again. Makituman go take loan. Then at the end of the day, that one day they help with the price in the market. I don't think so. But it go benefit the person who take the loan? Yes. But it go make price come down? No. Okay. But let's continue. Let's talk small about this Munafa fund.
So all the money they can total now 100 billion. We don't say Muna Makituma and Muna need that money. But who they will want to do business, we know they will get to sign and will get the money for them. Okay.
La Makituma na Kinjimi say, if the president there with we go there with him. But when they talk, it be they talk on price. But the minister say, who side the able, and then the whole. So now, the Munafa fund, it says some people want for do business, but they not get the capital, they not get the aid money because they not able to go to bank say for go take that kind of aid money. But maybe they talk for sweetening them up. They talk about buying and selling and now producing. For me, they made the Makituma and NSF get factory. The Munafa fund, you able to help them for that? Let's continue.
Who were able to get the money from them back then, sometimes for make a year, they say, give collateral. Sometimes the interest rate is too heavy. So, this is one good news where the Kenya today as make account from.
After the engagement where the Minister of Trade and Industry been get with market people na Makeni and Bo, I've been talk to them different market women there, but what in them think about the minister in Waka and the different thing them what the minister tell them.
I'm Kadezoroko, me now member of the Traders Union, and brother, it bring a very, very, very big pleasure and easiness in our life. Because we wait for your uniform. Now in the get a mantle of leadership. Now you know how the business they go on at the country. But who go mbrabi don't they grumble, or they grumble how things they go on at the country. But really, as a responsible government, now this will be the expect. For let them reach out to we let them say we now waiting don't happen and outside the problem day. But now with all the explanation, you see the sincerity inside, and you really they see say yes. With waiting they happen, with time things will change.
With waiting they happen, with time things go change. According to this person, he said they see the sincerity by the Minister of Trade. You don't go tell them about waiting. But 70 billion. Let's see if you say the people go talk. But wait no more, wait. Would they candy?
But we're happy for your reform. And we don't take in time. And the Minister of Information don't can reach out to one for appreciate the visit.
Me na Esther Pendema, me na the Vice Chairperson for Sierra Leone Traders Union Bo District. I'm so happy for this kind of information. Because we don't see the day they go on, we don't hear it from the horse's mouth today. Because people they talk, these people they talk down there. But we're really happy, especially with it together. What's that it touch more on this Munafa loan? Because this Munafa loan, first phase we don't come. They don't touch and say, second phase they come. So we're glad.
Now there is family in actually the market too much.
So how you?
Hey, the minister don't make we don't release the market because the back talk safety provocation too much for me. You wonder where they headed them. Because everybody be don't confuse now the market. Then say we government no care for women then. But with the intervention of minister, we don't care, don't explain to we self go get voice now for able to explain to women then.
Then people there end up say the Minister of Trade and Industry for they talk to them so that them go know but the work where the ministry they do and serve the different price them where don't they affect the thing them where then they buy and sell. For Radio Democracy, Mange Mansaye, the report.
I want to tell Mange Mansaye thank you and Radio Democracy when I through them me and you able for listen to this. You hear the people them after what the minister do explain. The minister, I know say you don't go na Bo, you don't go na Makeni. Free tongue deal. Because the one way una can go na AYV, una go na 98, they Makituma, they no get time for that one they say first. Because around 5 o'clock, it don't weak. They run for go pull the market. So that one for listen radio, you no get time. Kinjimidi, Dove cut day. This if it cost you for go na the big markets there. One after the time they go and tell them. It go be better. Oh. It go be better. Because as it is right now, it not they look good. It not they look good today. It not they look good tomorrow. We hear the people them. Like King Jimmy. Okay. The cost of living. Na salon. The Munafa Fund. Where they get a bumper boost of 70 billion more money. Like how to Smantoli, make we hear waiting a get for we today. Welcome on board Smantoli. You get the platform, sir.
Hello, Triple A, and thank you for having me. For can talk on waiting the Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Hinga Sandy, talk about the hike of food prices them and the Munafa Fund and Salon. And also, I would like to thank Radio Democracy and Sarah Network Talk to the Camera for their own comprehensive report on the issues of the hike in prices and other issues them in our country. Triple A, we don't listen to the Minister of Trade and Industry. From this report, I think say then don't begin to accept say the prices them na the country then they high. Then don't begin accept. Because if you've been listening to previous report where they come out from the very Minister of Trade and Industry, it been there in denial, say the prices are not going to go up. I wish if I be able to dig one other video where they may interview them, where they analyze the prices them at the market in terms of the cement, oil, and other things them where been there in denial, say the prices don't they go up. But from this, we know say it don't they accept because he talk say what thing they go able do, then go do am. So that's now slightly, you will say you don't begin accept, say, the price then they up. We all know, say, the Minister of Trade and Industry now get the responsibility for develop policy system and regulate both the national as well as international trade. So now make anything we get for do with prices and food stuff then our country, natural, we get for put them. And undoubtedly, we know say the country all over Salon, people then they cry, huge public outcry in terms of the prices them where they go up. And this they badly affect the cost of living in our country, especially the poor one them. You listen to the interview, especially that one where Sarah Network talk to the camera go make. Now them market woman them where they interview them. Very pathetic. Prices and they go up. And I don't carefully listen to Dr. Hinga Sandy, where now the Minister of Trade and Industry. And he give me an explanation as to why the prices they don't go up. But an office said the reason why in Giwi why the prices they don't go up is sufficient enough. I agree with them to some extent where talk say the prices then go up due to COVID-19. I agree with them to that. But COVID-19 alone, not the cause of the rise in prices now Salon. And I will explain this. Quickly, let's talk about COVID-19. We all know, say, where COVID-19 come, since it came, I think in 2019, we don't see prices then they go up in terms of shipping cost. AAA, shipping costs go up. For example, me studying at the business, so I know what's here at the talk. You know, but prior to COVID-19, just prior to COVID-19, you know, shipping a 40-feet container from UK to Sierra Leone was around, you know, when you talk about Grimaldi, when the most expensive one, maybe they look about £2,700. But as I talk now, the price for ship a 40-feet container from UK to Sierra Leone is around £5,000. So you see, it go nearly 90%. It go up by nearly 90%. So what is the reason behind this? You know, where COVID-19 happened, a lot of lockdowns happened, and then lockdown here, there was mismatch between China and the rest of the world. We all know, say, where COVID-19 been start, now China is start. The time where China can open up the economy, now other countries and begin lock. So, you know, that shipping, where China been there was an increase in economic activity in China, where China they ship to the rest of the world, then the other countries, then economy close and they're on lockdowns. So the container they wait them in the ship Canada, other parts of the world like UK, European countries, they'll not be able to fill them for return them back to China on time. So that increased the cost of shipping, yeah, storage cost. So that make the price of containers there was a shortage of container to speak, yeah. So that make the cost of shipping go up, yeah, storage wise, yeah. So for example, you know, the cost of shipping, yeah, between UK and that of China, it go up by over 350% last year. Over 350%, yeah. So you found out, say, that are one of the major factors will contribute to the increase in cost in terms of especially food product them, yeah. And don't forget, Salone, like most of importing country, we know they export. And we don't see clearly the disadvantage of being an exporting country, an importing country, sorry, and the disadvantage of being an importing country. COVID-19 clearly exposed we as a vulnerable country when it comes to, because Sierra Leone being more of an importing country than exporting country. So I agree with them on that side. But is that the only reason why the prices then go up in Salone? No. No. One of the other reasons why prices then go up in that country, fuel cost. And you listen to them, market woman, them. The cost of fuel, petrol, diesel, all go up. Recently, we all know you don't bring in Monabu for native consumption. We don't see the prices of fuel go up. And you listen to that market woman, yeah, where they go bring onions from Lunge for Kauta, yeah, fuel affect that. Fuel affect that. So the movement of them goods here from one place to the other, it affect that, yeah, and the roads them bad. So them people here where they go collect that here from those villages, you know, it affect them. So consequently, fuel now one of the product them will affect the prices of goods na Salone. And the other reason I think I don't mention that, you know, we rely to a very large extent on import. We not export much. You know, so where COVID-19 kick in, you know, it affects we badly. You listen to the minister where they talk about their market woman and we're going to go import from China, they're not able to do them again due to so many reasons them, yeah. So all of these factors, yeah. Another important factor will also affect prices in our country. Now the situation of Turkey. Clearly, you know, we been expect under normal circumstances. I know it's difficult because due to COVID-19, this government not been they raise enough revenue. Yeah. So the most side way they may get a revenue for now from Turkey. Yeah. So consequently, they'll not be able to cushion the effect of COVID-19. Because what we expect under normal circumstance, when a situation they happen, especially when the cost of import don't go up, we expect say the government for reduce things like customs and excise. Yeah, you talk about GST. If for them, for cushion the impact. But again, you think about the avenues the way they get revenue, they were adversely affected. Yeah, so not all them tier they're responsible for the cost of food prices in our country. The good thing is that they don't begin accept say the prices of food stuff them they don't go up in the country, because previously where them in the interview it be just they defend say the prices them they not go up, the rise remain the same. You be not listening that video day or that audio day where them in the interview before, but now it don't agree say the prices don't go up. Now they try for offer solutions them as to how we go able help for stabilize the economy. Yeah, you listen to them. He say for encourage the market woman them for let them form themselves into cooperatives. Yeah, but are they serious about this? We all know AAA, and this is the way we don't talk on this very platform. The government needs to create the enabling environment so that businesses can go strive. Micro, small, medium-sized enterprises, as well as foreign investment. That's the only way where businesses can go thrive in that country. Yeah. But yesterday you also listened to the NCP. Yeah, where the National Commission for Privatization. Yeah, how much money they make? $144 million over 144 billion leones over 6 months. It's a lot. So what did that mean? It means say things like Bolori. Yeah, Bolori. One of the things that we'll talk about yesterday. Bolori again go up in that country, and then they make the cost of imported things then go up. Me not say not to due to efficiency or cost saving. Now due to some other factors, then we don't make. I don't say somebody make a comment yesterday say the money they always stay, but now due to corruption, then things they not be come up. But to a very large extent, 144 billion leones for raise them over 6 months is hard work, real hard work. So those are all the factors then we feel that are responsible for the rise of prices in our country. What are the solutions to some of the issues here? Agriculture is the answer. We need for grow more in our country. Yeah, we need for grow more in our country. The shock where COVID-19 bring come. Yeah, and the government need for take some proactive measures then. Yeah, we don't know how far they don't go with subsidy. Yeah, when then tear they happen, we expect government for coming because the country is hard, very very tough. Yeah, for cushioning some of their impact here, we expect say the government for don't come hard for make sure say the price of fuel not go up that much. As we say, one of the products them will affect prices in that country. So if they be able to cushion that or let the price not go up, maybe that for make some difference. Encourage people them for go into agriculture. Encourage people them. Yeah, not for just talk, come tell people and say let them form themselves into cooperatives. Take the policy, take a lead. Take a lead, encourage people, talk something where you mean them. Not for just tell people them forming ourselves into a cooperative. What are the strategies in place for ensure, say, there is some strategic capabilities for let the entire take place. Not for just come, you talk and so. Yeah? We not get for take the lead for make sure, say, people them, they really, what they talk, they really mean it. Organize them people into cooperatives. Yeah? So that now one of the solutions. Again, we all know say if agriculture actually, serious in that country, it's easy for agro processing. Easy for agro processing. And all the thing that they talk about. We can able to process real raw materials in that country. Yeah? Otherwise, it's difficult. Very, very difficult. Especially where COVID-19 come expose a lot of them weaknesses here. And one thing where I agree with them is about the Munafa Fund. Munafa Fund, one thing where I think interview them again, you play that interview again at this very platform. Closely, we all follow. Initially, well, this is where we they get problem with this government. This is where we get problem with them. Initially, when they interview the very trade minister, what he say? He said the government, the initial investment under Munafa Fund is 50 billion leons. That was the initial investment. That now the scheme been called for 50 billion. Today, it just they tell we say initially the investment is 30 billion leons. See? Suicide and they fall short. 30 billion and them invest initially instead of 50 billion where them in promissory. Yeah, now it talks say then they can invest another 70 billion leon. Yeah, where go total to 100 billion leons. This is roughly about $10 million. Yeah, but are we going to trust them again? Because if you don't tell me first initially say when they invest 50 billion leons. Yeah. Now, we don't come around again. We tell we say now 30 billion leons we invest. We promise for make another 30, 70 for like 100 billion leons. We go trust you again. And you listen to the market woman them, say we camp our money business. Then now it's all about praise, 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 praise. You listen to all the three women where they interview, because they talk about the Munafa Fund. Everybody just they concord, accept, applaud the minister for that effort where they make, So, those are some of the problems we they face in our country. Now, for conclude, AAA, government a need for communicate and you get for be sincere with people. This submission and this video listening to today from the trade minister clearly shows see the price and they go up, but no one accept that. Yeah, you need to be sincere with people. We're sincere with the people, maybe then they will make a difference. Yeah, we not entirely and squarely say the whole world. We not say some parts of the world, prices and they go up. The only thing is the manner and the degree at which the price then go up nas alone, especially for a poor country like Sierra Leone. Yeah, it's very detrimental, very, very bad for poor people where they suffer, where they rely on a daily basis for going to that market, go sell, and that money they then take, feed family. It's very, very detrimental to them. Yeah, so that's one of the things them we, and then you listen to Sarah Network Camera, right? You listen to them. And people and they suffer. People and they really suffer in that country. The government need to accept the fact, say, the prices then they go up, and the need for take some proactive measures. The need for take, I'm not going to say proactive measures because, it's already there. The need for take measures for minimize the suffering, such as some of the recommendations where I don't make. The Munafa Fund is a good one. We don't know the channeling process. How then the channel then tier, whether it will go to the people, the right people where they deserve them. That's the other question again. They're not going to distribute them funds here on the basis of political party, ethnicity, regionalism and all that. We hope say the people we deserve for get the money here. We're not traders, and those, especially those micro businesses, small businesses, they will benefit from this 100 billion loans investment, because that will help them for kickstart, especially at these difficult and trying times. I will stop here, allow you a chance to my fellow panelists them, and thank you very much, AAA, and thanks to everybody who is listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Let we come with Doctor. Let we hear waiting in get for we today. Welcome on board, Dr. Isatu Kekejalo. You get the platform.
Yes, hi, good evening, everyone, and I hope everybody they do well. Good morning to many others. Thanks to you and thanks to Usman Toli for your own insight and submission for the evening, and also to the listeners, them 98.1, as well as talk to the camera, with Team Nasalon, where they go and cover the story in our different communities. Them we want to tell them plenty thank you, and to all the one that we take part during that interview day, as then they share their own experience as to which they go on, which they affect them on a daily basis. One thing for let somebody realize, say something is wrong. This they go directly to the current administration, to the current minister of trade, for understand, say, with people and they suffer, and then trying to do something about it. Now, a good thing. But waiting no good, now for put a blame on something where it be say now a worldwide problem. But even before that, we be still get issues them with price control. So I think it makes sense for make it not only stop now the areas and what it don't do right now, let it go now all the different districts them, forget a clear understanding of really waiting to go on with them market woman them. As they invite them for let them be, people then where they produce, so that the cost go down, but also you get for try for understand them people they are so foresee exactly what they really want for do, and how if they involve in such things, it not go cost them even worse than it cost them right now. So I think it gets for be practical and it gets for be realistic in the recommendations them where it give. It's good. Let you lend people their money so that they will grow their business. But in doing so, we still want to see price control as Sierra Leone. We still want to see, things them not for they just go up, meaning we go up and they come down again. I think the problem there, it seems like from where we don't get this current administration, things them just keep rising. Fuel price way be there $7.50. Okay, now 10,000 leons per liter. That's a lot of money for not only the market woman them for get that impact or that effect there, but also the people that where they run transportation at the country, they find this very difficult, and sometimes then they waiting can happen. Them motor they also don't flop the tank for make them go run, but they not even get passenger. People they not even board, with the motor. They see the motor they park for weeks. Okay, and they say this because now something where I know for fact, something I they deal with. Right, I get two buses. If like the bus go, it come back from Kenema or Bo. It seems like where it spend more time in Freetown than it go, it go. So for the month, it seems like it only make maybe like 2-3 trips. What sense does that make? And this is one of the things them motorcar them way like yesterday I be the talk. Why I spend so much money just for clear. And that's not the one that I was actually what I post message on. This is not totally a different one. But I just did bring this up for now. We just kind of see, people then be they go back and forth. You must get a flop, then they take passengers them round trip. Because why? They find it very easy for let them go at that time. But if you feel sick, the transportation, if you they pay maybe 40,000, now they say if you pay 45,000, or if they pay 45,000, now they say let's pay 50,000. So before you they go like every 2-3 days, you probably not they go until like like a week. It'll take you longer time for go. So it not only affect the market woman them, it affect people that want to run transport in the country. And then how do we expect with people then for let them continue or want for even invest in Sierra Leone? I think people like us that have already started investing in the country don't begin to really feel this pain just along with the one that wasted on a free time or any partner salon. So all would they ask as them one come with solutions them, I think let them talk to expert them, and other than the expert them, now the one them actually where they into the businesses them for let them explain to them. Food where people and they eat, where we get agriculture, where we get things and where they grow in our country. We saw those tomatoes, we saw those cucumbers, we saw those, let's use that all where they talk to the camera, talk to the woman. The woman say 45 years or 40 years. Come on. Doing the same business. How do we help these women that's been doing businesses? For let them grow, let them become, actually somebody where they supply rather than somebody where they do retail. How? Are they really doing seminars, for Makituma and then for let them attend, for encourage them, for teach them, in how you go make you money. But no, you want to say, okay, it costs you money so that, your business go grow. So you not go feel the pain, but no, still fuel price they up. Every market where you talk about it, they go up. Poor COVID, everything now is on COVID. I think we don't talk about this, say. Trust me, they're going to blame everything on COVID. And exactly that's what they're doing, right? Now, and they don't begin doing, not even take, 2 years yet. We already seen that. So let them not blame COVID. Let them blame themselves because I believe they're not being practical. They're not being, they don't even want to go on ground for really see exactly what's in the go on. We get enough data as them where then we utilize for make sure say then apply an intervention will go be effective for the people them na salon. Until they are willing to listen to the people on ground for really understand say this line they go on and just they go to the books and waiting you see on books, waiting you see on book you get for apply. We apply, if you not work, you change your strategy because you know what, maybe that strategy you not work. So there we don't tell with all the talk because the talk to me is boku. The action we need to see. To tell you the truth, it's becoming more and more frustrating every day hearing stories. And on the weekend, we already the same minister where they say. So somebody will say the 3 cups of peppers were 10,000, and then why make the person for just the complain? Why they not go come and try for help with the solutions? Did you provide them with the solution? So sometimes don't be sarcastic in your response them when people they ask you. When you become a leader, you get for be one way they listen. Where they listen to people then cry, where they see what really they go on so that you go help them out with the things them where then go, find them very easy. Do a town hall meeting, go around different communities them, different districts them, let them understand, say, yes, things are hard right now, but now this and this we don't put in place. But sometimes not just with the say we want put this, we want do this, we want do this. But Lord Siba, how this get for turn out. With that, I go just left handy and hope say whatever then they try for do. We people in our salon will actually find some form of relief, with the constant increase in price because it's really too much for waiting they happen in Sierra Leone. It seems like a never-ending story. It seems like a roller coaster that never stops rolling. So yeah, President Bio, along with in cabinet members, them, the people that we don't assign, let call them, let try for talk to them. As you get salon at heart, I think you need for ask them, are you competent enough for this job? Because if you're not, I think you should resign. If you're not going to resign, let me appoint somebody else. Sometimes you have to do drastic decisions like that so that the person will really understand, say, you mean business. So I will let for now. So have a good night. I hope say Salon go better.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Make a bring come us friend, make we waiting a get for we. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. Thanks to Doctor for your contribution, and thanks to Mr. Usman Tolly, and thanks to all the help we try for put in for give up all this information, for bringing this information to we. Regarding this economic issue of cost of living we country, we see how the minister they try for bringing in own strategy them, and the level we they try for put inside and waiting at the risk we don't know if it is the risk, because this is the level where they try for say the level up and make things right in terms of economic constraint. People don't really get waiting the way if you see then they expect forget them, because there was a cry, people don't they cry see they ground it dry. I think based on that resounding of that cry day and based on the situation, then go to World Bank, then go try get money for level up this. In fact, it even cause them an issue wherein they say they take too much, they say they don't reach their level. But that was in March. So we see that one day don't go on for them to try develop within this cost of living. But the area, as I say, the risk, if the risk we be behind within them they do in terms of bringing money for fund and trying to bring this economic diversification project, I believe say now World Bank they bring up all this idea in terms of what they call expertise and cost of living index. When in Africa, then they do them in other countries. This expertise and cost of living index, that now the one day when the one day when they look behind the risk would be behind the high cost of living. The una they try for help the cost of living. So, but una they level up, una get the strategies the owner don't bring, but the risk would they doubt if how far the risk wouldn't they play with if they walk the way the aim of this they go. So coming out to the issue of the prices then change one the market, we know say yes, all man don't contribute prior to this there has been instability of the dollar and all the rest of it, exchange in terms of domestic income, how they get. So inside the back, and then the minister, it bring in an idea to say, and it bring in this idea of that economic diversification and what they call diversification in terms of farms. And that idea did not aim World Bank, they give una for saying what you know they can do, when they try for bringing industries them. And the industries them, then they come to bring up from farm to industry. And when you take a farm to an industry, you get for get competency, or you get for create something where you make. But because we not even get similar industries, we not alike something like what's in the toxic, then they process the iron from iron ore, then they do recycling of this, and then they plan for do something as Sungona production of oxygen, and then they try for do steel production at the same farm, or then they bring in the flour industry. So then they try for bring this industry, wherein the one way at the flour is a similar one where na a farm. That's the only one way I can able to pick out because it was a farm. People have been bringing a farm when a products and but they want to make it into an industry. That in one, we don't know how far they go to, but they get areas that want a fresh products when they bring inside, or they try for just bring in the form of an industry. But that thing they want to bring up all this. So we're able for CC1 when they try for tell me about this economic diversification, you don't show me all the things there, the timber processing and the cocoa, and they try for change to chocolates in the marketing plans we then get in terms of for get enough rice. All those strategies, we bring them in for say, now this plan they have get, we are the try for put as a strategy for now go able to get the cost of living in price. But the what are the risk behind some of these things? People don't like it. They come up from what I was talking about, it come taxation and from other things. Them you say don't highlight them because you they give me the capital for now go try for investors. But the risk what they behind them, the risk is the price, the change, the price change. It's possible to say I don't even know go buy a commodity. That people are buy I don't sell it now because of the try for go get another one. It might not meet the price. Sometimes the profit again is small. Then while they incur the process of going and coming or the transportation or all other things we incur now, perishable goods and all those kind of things, then you see say they cut down. Now decide that one day you see you're not able to get the risk well, because you they bring the strategies, you try for put the leveling up, then you try for talk about the trade methods and way they introduce, and ECOWAS are still trying to develop strategies. They not put these things in place. Then they try for meet so that countries then will agree and put a trade policy. Not to the one who they don't get, so they not for try for change them. Those are all in the pathway of development. But the ones that when they have them and with the resources them, then they might blame it on other things. But the point is here is that now they bring these things. And then secondly, they get the World Bank. So they can't question now the duty and they come to the area of the World Bank where they get this method where they show we say, then they get the expertise cost of living index. And how they can get this index here is different slightly from the consumer price index. And then they allocate a particular country because another one then they use so what then they work with, but they're not a tell we. Because that is what they are doing in the end. With the World Bank, they can, then they watch that side. That they the country, then will say people and they can't forget invest the cost of living. Then they go to this website and call the expertise and cost of living index. But how they do, then they give a country when it is a capital city only. Then they give them like 100. So right now one them way then don't put not say Tunisia, because Tunisia in October, now the first, now you take first. Now the 7th in the list, but now the first way in terms of the percentage, because in they give 100, when they give the 100 to that value they will get, and the countries are the capital like Cairo or Tunis, when at Tunisia the capital city. So then they check the value of things and the development in terms of how an industrial purpose they work. So then they look at one day they equate to the price. Then what they do, then they take the other countries there now. Then look then you. So if you not pass that number, they don't first give that one. They say then give Tunisia 100. Then una don't go score 134. So the 34 is 34% more expensive than the country where they first don't allocate. So if they come out to the other section of the article where them very World Bank then you want to open knowledge repository. This open knowledge repository is the article that releases October. But the SSF when they release this October, then put it in comment. They say, oh well, now we are doing this analysis then based on the big city then only. We don't know what they happen at the rural country place. Then they always say about the consumer price index, the method. So then they decide, then they say, oh, this is not the right method. So we'll therefore find another different approach so that we're able to analyze the information where they come out. You see, that information where they come out offline, where they come out rural area. So you find out that they bring strategies, but you they take them because of one, they have given the money. That one where they don't put sale at the budget. For saying that they go for now, you say, we not get for more put strategies there. We not get for rush. We not go try bring the industry there for again for me talk on our time. We not go say we don't get cocoa, we don't get timber, we not go launch it on. So this is what is happening because of the outside world partisan life. They are blowing the whistle. They are pushing. They are having a kind of a dictatorship, and they're showing that the strategy. They are helping you, but when you take them now, they can't put them. People they say, oh, you don't bring the flour. You can't open this. You can't open that. For anytime you bring the speech, that then things there, it bring calm. But when you look at the industrialization, it therefore be in a competitive way, wherein they therefore engage a lot of diversify kingdom. You develop them. If you're the one you take, you develop them. Forget about the outside world. You are doing it based on your method, like what I explained. You try your local method. So you immediate. But when you say they take all from that up there, that recommendation, when they bring come inside for letting see now, so then the value now. Then you find out in some areas they miss them because what is that we on trade now? Most of the time, the basic goods and they come up like transportation, or some of them now because of lack of production, like a granada, they therefore go through Guinea-Bissau, all those things. So you find out that some of them are coming through shipment, like what I told you. They talk about the containers, where the container and back like I for talk back that side again. The COVID-19, because they moved materials then across. So the shortage again, all the one they affect. And the only one the way this and they send the wholesale. Not so like the shipment was and they send the wholesale was China, because they produce the steel. So themselves, they know they buy from them too much. I mean, they don't get much to produce because of the shipments of the things that would have they divert them and all other things that would be around them. But the point is here is that you careful compare existing employment and the income distribution. That existing employment of who that they employ. But again, you don't blame say they're not going to employ all man. So you therefore look at the strategy where they say, I will bring recycling one along, or I therefore look about the climate, or I go put people in a sungo for go make oxygen, or still where the electricity therefore they high, now furnace, for they go melt those things. You therefore look at those strategies, are they gonna be in time? Or I therefore go take this fund I can't see, then thing that I don't put in place, then you don't bring the money, the fund to the people then. And then you dey wait 6 or 10, the people who they invest in the camp. Sometimes you will get a lack of communication of the of income. Because the income itself, the revenue you get to communicate. It communicates from the side and the puller. It communicates when you reach the person for say, yeah, this year will for do these things, and we say understand what they go deal with her. And the situation where they go deal with them, you go able for talk the back because it come, it reverse. But when it become a silent, just they go, then I think they say that GST when they talk about it go say it come, but it come in a different form because there is another tax again where they be up. You see, you get another way things that they come. So you get for look at all those things, you balance them. So the inflation, you don't come. Actually, we will say there is a pandemic, but it has been prior wherein it not before affect we. Because if they affect, Tunisia not for don't score 62. And then Egypt not for don't score 63 from the cities. Because then, now the city, there's some side, this Arab country, they're a little bit more than slightly, but people can go work now Egypt, from even Africa, as they there, one day they work me. But the point where they arise here is that if these are able to make it from that side, say, go under, where you go as an investor, as a tourist, you go able for cost of living daily. So these are all the things that you get for fed for. You get for see the tourism, you get for camp. If you ask camp, you ask camp for ideas. You get for involve other people in. But if you say you did put on, you narrow them in a way where because of waiting the message come from outside of recommending people and price for let will go up. Then you ignore all that thing there. You just take what is the area of that polarization, which is helpful because now we don't lead ourselves to that point wherein we have not been able to manage what we have, the resources then. So if we don't read that stage, we will not for the go take it in a way wherein when they take her, we can't please the people there. Then one strategy, the people man will see, say, oh, then they help the people there. Then the other strategy that they expect you to have industries, they expect to have this. You see, then the World Bank, they say, well, we don't get to now economic diversity projects. That was what he meant. You see, the projects they are now, you can find out, say, because of the basic infrastructure for make them go, they dey in the way. Where it for be because if you are where electricity and other things and for don't be competitiveness day and maybe taxation day. If you talk about even finished products where I just want to leave like that timber issue, there was somebody there, I think it's a Gambian guy. And the other one also a country come, but the one will be bigger now around the north. What somebody mentioned, I said he mentioned back one time, he left this place where they say you don't go to Liberia because of the same trade. Where the guy would have can't change in terms of timber, I know how they call him president or so. He been go one thing and EYV. Now they invite the other man the other day for action version. I see now this then been gets a misjudgment where they know they pay them the price, but then they sell them export, but they expect them for do this. So you find out the all is because of the taxation link. So that then before don't get people they employ. So that even before don't get exploitation of the forestry, but maybe before don't be in a form where those people are assigned to be reforesting and growing, then they give them a limit based on the areas they wouldn't designate. So all those kind of don't be controlled, but the competition can be the government they try for get them use, the next people they decide not for the sell again a finished product because then they make them like when they see them them boards or people who they make their flat panel, finished products of wood of different types who you need to make something with the concern about wood. That was what the guy did. I think two of them have been the Kenema, but they all the Kenema, I don't know if it still works. So these are the things where they go for the look. Like that thing for don't expand, we expand our mind to make a relationship. So instead of we go begin to bring still when you are doing still, I remember will get them back here with SDGs. The same people, because when you go to the website of World Bank, they are talking about SDGs. You're talking about the climate. Then you they go against the climate because now for that IPCC don't say let China reduce the production of copper because they don't take China for long. So, but all these kind of things is come down to our leaders trying to get a competitive mind of successfulness, wherein they will put things away, then get that proportional distribution. In other words, equilibrium. That distribution is good, so that people will be able to understand. That equilibrium distribution, it comes about many things. Watching say that the thing was important. Then that water flow, then that electricity flow, the roads and work, then the agriculture, it actually go to people that we engage. Like the cocoa, what they talk about before they go. The cocoa, they don't grade salon as a value of a high level. Or we don't see even somebody come, whenever if you go stand, they come up from far, what they in terms of cocoa chairman, they can advise them. The area where they identify more the working force, where they replace the old people them, where they know the culture, where they produce. So they just for they say, no, encourage them, when they give them like a stipend and they go work there and have cocoa farm here. They want the don't come out and land there. So these are all strategies. But only hope that God be able to help, they're able to get a kind of empower employment, then look into distribution among industries and distribution among the people them and make things work out well. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. Let God make we have it there because there are things coming, but we have to just put them in place. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Thank you
very much, Usfrey.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Make we come with Tony. Make we hear you. What in get for you? Welcome on board, Tony. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Fumble there on Akusha and Kabo. Thanks for having me, Abraham. I will start with the minister. You understand? I think the Munafa Fund now a very good drive. We go help or boost we business people then. But that alone by itself not go able for help if for curtail the prices of things then. Because you give them the funds and there is still rapid inflation or inflation in the market, which means the profit margin get for bit lower. Because if the person they do business with $1,000, which is like 10 or 11 million, and you go buy goods of where they can cancel, they make 1 million profits or you make 2 million profits, then by the time we're ready for go buy back, price don't go up, which means you get for take back per dime profits, the way you don't make that 2 million for add per in capital back. So for each time where you go buy in capital in profit margin they reduce, and what thing they happen, the more they increase prices, you see what thing happen. Some people they go even bring goods and especially them perishable nature. I mean, goods of perishable nature. And they even sell, it don't begin well, then a losses. So what's happen? You get for auction and for sell, for make money. So many things then they get for look into. You understand? The Munafa, I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's good because they needed the capital rather than go secure loan from bank and begin pay high interest rates. But they get so many, and before even the Munafa fund, they get so many microcredit organizations that they give credit. I believe the last time I mentioned it, now I see IFAD gets one, we didn't do. IFAD international funding for agricultural development. And then they have other finance loan and the other microcredit institution where they give loan to petty traders and everything. They come as a group like them, Theft Society or them within a code and go take large sum, then they go buy a market or go buy a guinea, then can share them amongst themselves. But it faces a lot of challenges. Even when they go na the region of go buy Pama and go buy this and this. But one major area where I feel they get for focus on one, that the road network. The road network who some of them goods that they come off is very, very, very bad. Not forget about the main roads them way they lead to the town and you understand they face a lot of challenges. And one thing where me notice where they happen now, not to say a person tell me, I go Tumbo for go buy a fish because usually I can go to buy fish for bring cow the cow now. Waiting they happen when the fisherman and cow the fish, you get one makituma who go buy everything. You buy he put in price. You go see other person come back. If you don't buy the whole fish, you say this fish are now 10 million I want for all them kutaya. Other market to mango I can't take. I say okay, they pay 12 million. So in by himself don't make 2 million. Other person self come himself if he self able, especially if there's scarcity of fish na tumbo, himself can person they will desperately need fish than the himself. So there's so many chain among the distribution. At the end of the day, by the time when the final product, where the product reach the market, the price on high. Most of them people are already bring them goods here. So some man are taking the go take a village, especially them vegetable, then this and that. They go take a village, then pay them people in there. When counts other person bring back. You understand what I mean? So this is not the current trend where it happen, especially with the business people they now where they go. You already deposit says, hey, goods not. So within itself, they create the artificial scarcity as if the goods not available. Now so I don't go buy them. And if we say not to lie, go they lie. Say because mind if me na the third person will go buy other market, definitely the price don't double. So if the first person will buy me buy 7,000, me when at the third person the price don't go 14,000. So by almost if you say they can sell on the market. So I look all that things then they you understand where how they be able for coming. You understand? So the money of funding because some what they cause them problem they will make them the thing and because some not get the initial, they not get their own capital on their own. You understand? So if money for successful, then go for target the areas where they know say them people that they do business, let you know based on political and based on people that only give benefit from go for people that we belong to a political party we say now they own them. You understand? Make them cut across. They can go Lungi, for example. Then they go Yabas and other things from Lungi. And we all know the challenges now within the face for bringing some of them goods that they come with some way. Ferry naughty. Or ferry them faulty. So most times they left with the alternative for put on a speedboat. And speedboat's not cheap because they get for move with the goods and fast, making up well. You understand? So they have to look at transport sector. They get for make sure say them fix all the areas in the you get for make sure say all the inside like this in Kunya because some boku of vegetables and they will come under that Kabbalah area. That's inside the Kabbalah tongue, some of them things and they come out. Now that within that coin, I do district they come out and they come out some they come out with D. Some they come out Sinkunia, some they come out as far as the areas in the you understand. So when they're not able to get transport system for bring them come as in we own markets for cancer, then they go across Guinea go sell. You understand? So what do you say the upward price? Because so many things that they lead to price increments. You understand? When the demand high, the supply and the market very few, definitely. I mean, too much more interesting to few goods also they lead to them in the day. So we look at a couple of all them things that they get for business. That make me say the minister they far from the reality. Some things that they address, those things are just literature. Now wait till you will say you read or this or that. No, the actual thing happening on the ground, like where doctors say, he needs to calm down. You understand? I'm not to say the Minister of Education is a genius, you understand? But he approach in targeting certain things then when he talk, you see say a knowledge based. If they talk on facts, if they talk on evidence, because not just sit on an office, somebody they come generate their figures and they engage or somebody they wait in the court, involved in the process. If they go down at the field, feel and see and touch that somebody, because when you be on the ground and see the reality on the ground, you're able to think, you're able to be spontaneous. And able for bring remedies because these are the people who be challenged with them things then they're able for talk to you and some even they foster solutions. They bring solutions, not to even tell you the problem what's in the face or the crisis within the face, but then go tell you say, hey, if you not do so, if you not do so, it go help you. You understand what I mean? They have the solutions because they've been doing this business for a very long time. Very, very, very long time. So they know the know-how. So in as much as Naina, the minister, is the head, he has to listen to people. He has to calm down. You remember the last time the Fulama, the deputy chief imam say, "Salo economy, they na streets." And it was a deep meaning. You understand? Because they themselves, when the authority, when the ministers or the head or director of trade, they cannot control prices. They no influence over price right now. They're not able for no full side for start. It's brilliant you bring in those ideas that they've partnered with companies that will go open things them. But if the platform just like what they likely say, now well set, what's going to happen? Those companies they go manufacture still the prices they're high. Just like what you would see for cement. Cement being produced in Sierra Leone almost for one bag now, 120,000. You understand? I mean, what you will say? For over years, it has been very, very, very low. It is below 70. In May, it was 75. Look at it. So even when you talk about those factories coming in, if you not put the modalities them in place, those prices, those goods can still be manufactured and still high. You understand? Can still be high. Way at the end of the day, we go still cry. We will still get some of them things they would face. So they therefore look at them holistically, involve the business people, go around the country. Get areas the one sports areas where they know say the people that where they go lettuce na Leicester, Gloucester, these are what are their felt needs? What do they need? Some people they just need the agricultural implements, they just need the fertilizer, they need this, they need that, they need those basic things because the money they spend on them things then they because prices every day they go up. You understand? With the Ministry of Agriculture, those are things they probably can they bring in large quantities. We don't know for paying for clear in terms of import duties and everything. Get them at the store where they give those incentives and get them to build agriculture. People that way they go, then vegetables, and they always in what we need. Because for target prices now, Sierra Leone, for target the prices what they see so right now. We don't say as some of the business people that say they're wicked. You understand? But it's some them look at good in artificial scarcity that they create. So how do you do? Be careful, bond with them. You have to really get yourself involved in the process. If you just want for they talk grammar, they talk big English, I mean, it will not solve the problem. You carefully calm down and see how you're able to target some of the things they do at the mission. Because this I likely mentioned, you understand? If we want to forget things be done and execute them very well, you get to be part of the process. There is no way you can be up there and able for control prices at the market. You get to go around. You are the Minister of Trade. If possible, get numbers out there to keep that them big markets and them business people that they will then go able for call you straight. Some of we operate in organization that will become very successful managers there. You understand? Some of them things so you they do. You're not going to create that artificial, make yourself like your God because you're serving the people. And if you're serving the people, you're not bad for the Some of them people that don't want importance, they don't forget every barrier for go see you. They don't need for make protocol for go meeting and money. If they get challenges when they face instantly, they can call you and say, hey, Mr. Minister, so. You understand? So. You don't go for because what I'm seeing, you understand, and this is it's not based on perception. Some of these guys where they give some of these ministerial positions, they're too cocky, they're too arrogant. Some of them just miss a PhD. Yes, it's not difficult getting a PhD. It's just you write up. See a lot of write ups you get it up when you write up. You understand? There are different things. Perception and reality is different thing. What is happening in the Sierra Leone market, especially in the African market, is different than what's happening at the global market. It's different totally because capital based are different. Capital outlay are completely different. Yeah, for starting business, you can go to a bank and just get a loan. But Sierra Leone, it's hard and difficult. You understand? So they get for create that relationship between the transporters, and they get for create that relationship between the importers. They get for create that with the people then when they grow some them things then if they want for control price in a salon. Otherwise, we go see it. I mean, imagine from January to now, he's still preaching. They still preaching. Has the things changed? No, it hasn't been changed. The things still they get worst. From now to 2023, we not pray for the worst because we already feel the pinch. We already send money in a salon every month. And make adjustments. We've made adjustments to which they send us alone. Because every time we can and tell you, say, hey, that money with this one, you know, they buy this, they buy that. You get for make adjustments. So the reason why some of we they talk, because indirectly, we are facing the burden. Because we take care of our families down there. So now we want to take down the for really calm down and see how they're able for adjustment. See how they're able for make sure that the right beneficiaries them gets the money off our fund.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and where you call from, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You live on here. 3 minutes, sir.
Well, good evening. I think we just want to say no more. We don't see how everybody they talk. The market man they still the stress on food for feed the family, food. You know, you even think, say, oh, let it do infrastructure. Yes, we need all the time, but we made the way that they pressure the government now. Now, this food, not so as the minister, they say, as the panelists, they don't talk. I don't know that guy, if you know what they do. I don't know. I don't think you know what they do. You don't know in jobs properly. But asylum number was anything they had to happen. How you, by right, minister of trade right now. Here, you and Minister of Agriculture for the work and for see how they go to improve for common produce the world they produce na side. How they go able make them think they are in a market where go be less. They get motor car, they get buses. If not means for literally transport them people had the goods there for the bring down at the city there. All in this are now ways and means for less the burden or the market woman there. So okay, we don't sit in the go on. Let we provide transportation. They get van them, they get big tipper or bus there something. Where they go able to go to that place there, get a market woman, they help them that body, they bring her, they oversee them thing there. So okay, we don't provide transport for you. You know left for cancel and you know the cancel and so. You bring her at the main market there, then you go see the prices there, they go able less. That the ways and means if they where the pressure don't they upon there. But outside, before that in a minister of communication in the fella for waka around. What the Minister of Communication get to do with trade and industry? You and Agriculture Minister, now for the worker and Salo will produce, no, so we not produce thing there, yes. We produce with our culture thing there, where they? Look the other woman they talk say, thank God for Pastor Mambu in rest there, where they buy. All them people they had to produce rest. Why you Minister of Agriculture not the government not able to embark some of them projects there for talk to them people there. Pepper, this, that. You for the work, the agriculture, provide seed. Ghana when I Ghana, I don't so are they Ghana. Believe me. Me not to make Ghana day, but one more make farm day. I know one gonna the ministry, the guy who made in charge of agric. Sunny. Anytime they bring supply, they give me seed, they give me manure and what is it? I plant watermelon and believe me, I planting there. So you see, anybody will not make you see that they produce the agricultural side of boom because no farmer no go able to say one seed or in one fertilizer they're not able to provide. They agree to work so much. They even send people there for conference. One of my friends and I best with them at China he go. They send him they go there. Wait, do he come back? Right now he's the regional minister for Agric Natakrade. He did it. They do very, very well. But we all now then think they are the Minister of Trade for the work with the agriculture minister. For don't forget first how if they look at things they don't begin the less border, like the pepper, the other stuff, the thing that we will see them when they don't work on that, then they begin going out the international they wonder whether they import. But also they will talk, they don't raise this money where they collect tax, but they're not the investor inside the country.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Yeah. Yes, caller, they live on here. You name and side the call from, please.
It's on Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I don't want to blame the ministers. Really, the blame they go to the president. And the president ain't clueless of what the administration they about. You know, I ain't completely clueless of the promise that we don't make to the people in the country. In at the head of this whole administration, in at the head, they sit down, things they go bad. You know, they fire this minister or do something about it. You know, I mean, not to blame the minister. The minister can come out and lie. And I saw he lied back last year. See, they can't open a flour factory, or they can't open petroleum things there all over the country where they go and do welding. I'm not telling saying I lie them lie when I not believe me. Everywhere then just a stack lie on top of lies. But now the president, I mean they blame. I ain't clueless. He clueless on waiting to go on in the country because he busy the fly, you know. People that they suffer in the fly. You know? Now the main problem is the president is completely clueless. You know, even I don't know what he can inside for can suffer the people there or for change the country or improve the country. We don't understand. Things that they go completely worse. And from who said them day. But it seems like they don't care. And everywhere, let God help Salon. Let God help Salon. The minister, when I left for the list to everywhere, they don't get no idea of how to run this country or how to improve this country. When I left for listening to them, when everywhere, then just every day, then they count more stuff for life on. I don't know what they count. I mean, your contribution down there, bro.
Thank you very much, Mike. Yes, caller, ID live on air. You name and the call from, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. AAA. This is Napakol from Dallas, Texas.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, let God bless we all, and let God bless all the previous speakers then, and let God bless Sierra Leone. You know, one thing at least one thing I'm going to be very, very brief though, because we all know at least what's happened at the ground. And people in the already who have most of the factors that were responsible. So now I repeat at least what people don't say. First and foremost, I want to let all man know say that God give President Bio power. And God love in people them. President Bio for no say the God will give power, now God if for try for satisfy. Not to mortal man if for try for satisfy. If they try for satisfy people away close to him, maybe they happen before, you know, try for satisfy God, then it go the first time probably the first one of the country. That's the first thing I want to say. The second time I rob Motspan, Salon problem, he had for talk. But at the same time, no problem, they don't get solution. All we need are better policies and accountability. Then we Poland go be all right. You know, all man don't rob much pan different things. But me rob much pan the wage bill. Wage bill too big. We need for reduce the wage bill. When we reduce the wage bill, maybe we will get small things for able to subsidize pan petrol and food stuff there. You know what they look at the problem where they go around. You know, different communities them and stuff. Me man, sometimes you want to cry. Where you show just at least how people in the way them like Kinjimi or which market was that like Kinjimi. I feel so bad. You go really want to cry. The poor one and they suffer more. It's really tough. It's really tough. It's not funny at all. Would they talk again about people and they grumble again around the country about high taxes and the people and they pay too much money and taxes these days? What think they cause that? Because government they find way for raise money. They get for pay salaries, they get for adjust other areas. It's like dig hole, cover hole. Until, you know, we reduce wage bill, apart from all the other recommendations the people don't give, it make sense. Until we reduce wage bill and try for subsidize on fuel and food stuff, Salon go always the grumble. It like we make roads, it like we bring all kinds of stuff come. As long as that fuel price they up and they continue to go up, food price they up and they continue to go up, Salomon, are the basic thing and the way they at least able live with and then satisfy if the price and they down. But when once and they up, trust me, that the grumble, they go there all over. The problem, they go there all over. And way over here, that we get for the feel the pinch also because we get for the face pressure. Because some man, let out them pay some man say, the money not still do. So at the end of the day, somebody not use for call you for help. They go begin. Then they take sense that actually say for help because waiting do the gun tranga. I go not foresee President Bio succeed because I God put on there. But President Bio need for step up and need for realize say that God is for satisfy, not to mortal man there and put on. At least God use mortal man for put on there, but God wants on there. So now God is for please. Let President Bio reduce the wage bill and subsidize in areas that we need subsidies, and Salon go better. Let God bless we all, and let God bless Salon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Paco. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Thank you very much, Triple A. This is Omar call from Los Angeles, California.
You get to give me minutes, sir.
The truth of the matter is, Marabio, go tell people and say, he's not able to run the country. Just like Hannes by Kroma not be able to run the country. Then two parties don't fail with nation for 65, 61 years. Awfully. They're all two not able to run the country. That's why they say now. How we going to be a fastest growing economy? What we not able to do? Nothing. We will not get no sustainable water, clean water for the people. We will not get light. We will not get no health center. Then in left, then these guys have come. Instead tell we say, he know what is the problem. He don't see the problem. Why Sierra Leoneans them for buy rest 260,000? It's too much. Now, well, instead you don't go up by 100 by 200,000. This guy not get no clue. But the problem with we Africans them, we get big heart. Then no one come out and say, Lord of mercy, Sierra Leonean will be life owner. We're not able this problem. We're not able. And this not over saying a big problem. All the time one can talk about, everybody don't touch half. He went out and hired a bunch of arrogant human beings. If you don't get rid of one, the lands minister, now the information minister, now it tag along with the agriculture minister, because the one for the transport, the trade minister, the transport and communication one incident, another one Andy. The guy they needed listen to nobody. They no one hear what anybody they do. Saturday, Mrs. F. Watson, the man talks away in the commoner in village 2 days ago, in by pepper 6,000. Because in a with mommy said the pepper not 10,000. He saying buy pepper 6,000. But lie. Instead of going for lie with a lie, we say go buy pepper 6,000. Just because he want for attack the mommy, because the mommy say pepper na 6,000. He say when we come on in village. Which village we come out? Which village we go? You're not gonna know village. Now here the information minister be going run around. So then guy I not get no clue in terms of forgiving people their money. Go give them money for run wood factory. I mean a petty trader they go give money for run for hoping factory, wood factory. Come on. Then people I make them call them petty trader. Now Nagbara market they do. Do the right thing. Come on behind this. The last caller just said it. All the money to go for pay people them. The man don't tell we say everything we matter be you tell we. He lie. Because first he tell we say no president that they ever swear in again midnight. Well, he swearing at 12 o'clock. He tell we say unless by Kruma get a bloated government. In the Kankotanda. Well, what he do? He multiply them by 3. He hires so much people, I don't even know them. And they say this all the time. I doubt if we not even hire somebody who they work out and picking and dog, they put under the government in payroll. They hire everybody, just like what Dr. Dennis Bright said. Because the information minister, they talks, well, we don't hire 3,000 teachers and 3,000 nurses. And Dr. Dennis, the doctor said, put all them and did and check together compared to one of Funayon check. Yes. Yeah. Because now the big talk then and day. We don't hire boku teacher then we don't hire. Put all them and then one check together. They put your check together. Let's see. And now so say hire. Hope embassy then we no need embassy. So the problem, the money where they fail right now the gold cover they take enough for pay, not to solve the country problem. Any money where the guy had to get now for pay wage bills, not to solve any problem. Now lighting the life away. They're not going to do anything. Now that's one, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, ID live on here. You name and say the call from, please.
This is now Mr. Sila. How you doing, sir?
Good, sir. You get to give minutes, sir.
Thank you. What me see about this problem, first of all, I think a lot of people don't touch on them. But myself, they put me small intel inside there. You know, like Wataki, if I put the price down, let people in couch a lot of stuff inside. Because the more competition we get in the country, the more, price will come down. No, we need to get a competition. We sell you 100,000, then they go put you on, because we account with the same ship, then they go put you on 80,000. They will go buy their own at 80,000. I mean, that's just an example. And then the transportation wise, you understand, where they want the travel gonna now then other African countries and for go buy other commodities, you understand? When they reach at the border, they make it so cheap for them. So they will bring more commodity inside and we'll be able to buy things then cheap. Then the government, like where that woman, when they interview that woman, you see, you go to India man them. Because you will talk, I say go to India man and go buy another 300 and something, but then we go the next day, they send a 400 and something. Then people where they sell wholesale. Therefore, go put fire on them. Let them stay on one price, no matter which you go. If you sell wholesale, then put on one price. Now, so you for seller. So that's if you then people let to go buy on wholesale in one price, when they come, believe me, the price will be the same. But if they go under today, they go buy 10,000 before the next day. They can 24 hours. If they don't go back, you go and say 15,000. They go back and say 20,000. Because we know say with people like who so we woke up poor people the next thing they sell. Like me, so I been sell yabas, I been sell pepper, I been sell Maggi. Only thing in for no more will survive. Low they go school, low they pay school fees there. But if you think they all long can go up now, people know they able even because not to school no more. You understand? How you go to put food on the table for you picking there? They go down and they say they spend millions. They will go sell na 300,000 no more they sell for the day. I mean, you look at it, the ratio at which they spend and the all the kind inside is smaller. The thing is like then they go through losses. So the only way they make let the market take 200 years, then they prefer them put them up. Where they feel safe, they sell one or two, you understand, and then go cover up the losses. On knowing that if they make a little bit cheaper, then the community they go faster, they go get more income faster. And go for another market faster than put the price up to where now 1 or 2% in the company, then they didn't for a long time, they do anything. So the government need for do something about them people who sell wholesale. That's one. Secondly, the key areas, the water key, transportation, then for candle, they will get competition in the country. You understand? Just look like way, for example, the telephone company here, then they rip people off the salon. But if they get competition, then they can put you on down. I'm telling you, you don't want to go put you on down. I mean, we see an American also. AT&T, that they all get different prices. People go to different people every time. They go, who say cheaper? So let them make water key, the price lesser, let people buy things in Branca, they sell at a faster rate than, person they can pay how many thousands of dollars of water key. Then, so how possible go sell it now? So the snake head for court. We don't call the snake head, the rest of the body go kind of slow. And I know Margaret, thank you very much, people.
Thank you very much, Alaji. Where Mr. Silari talks just now, he say like he give example for the cell phone companies them. Well, we should say QCell cam, William be they make their own chip. The other one then cook for them. Then the same Natcom can see QCell for increase their own price. Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and who say the call from, please?
Patricia Vande from New York.
Yes, ma. You get 3 minutes, ma.
Okay. I see because you don't say they talk. Sometimes salon business they make nothing pressure go up. Where everybody they come, I think before they talk, Lord talk like positive and encourage in talk and will think about what in how to solve the problem, because salon problem not to one day it don't start, it don't develop. And we say when are the people themselves from abroad they go back to Sierra Leone, content and the way they talk self, there's no difference between we and the people that were then they back home. And if you talk to some people, then what they talk and what they talk now, it can be different. And the same people then will they talk for, so If they say, like, I see something about this guy with Aden Kola, Samura Kamara, where I watch on social media, what in they can, it talk, it oppose the next person. What he then said, they not able to do, now they make like he able to do am. And I see people then I street Vienna, then they knock themselves, then they push themselves. And then same people then would they sit down and would they look sorry for them. Me, I've been not talking, I think over a year ago. The mindset of Sierra Leoneans, if it change, our country will be fine. But if it not change, and if we ask everybody, okay, and it's by Kuma don't come, me don't go, Madabio don't come. Wouldn't the next person where we everybody don't get at say this person and they can redeem this whole country. Now that's for the think. Would that would be the right person for put in place for make salon go like any sober country, or for sorry say for the people then small, because we know they think about that. Where all man come, would I go talk something? Some are connected to APC, some are connected to SLPP, and just think say, oh, this don't kind of do this. The next person, who is going to be the next president for Sierra Leone? I think say that that's what they think about, and whose party for can run, and whose kind person for can run that country. They for think. Me, okay, always say if we not get a stronger third person, we will can hammer things them for me a straight. It go on. They like at the way Patrick don't talk about Ghana. Before Ghana they be the way it be so today. That somebody else can. Where he put and say, no, he put in food down say, and so it for be. Although people they not be happy because of they not be know what thing the man they do. When now Rollins, they not be know what thing they do. Now then they enjoy. So man is don't say they happy now for Rollins. But it's like we now the same rum. Now the bottle no more they change. The bottle, the color of the bottle now they change no more. But now the same rum and now the same people then. Like then they pass baton to each other. Everybody be not say, Mother be not to be a strange thing. Mother be not be there as a soldier. All man be don't know I display. But I then go, I then not do a camp. And then my chroma they and where people they say today. And I say they see all kind of devil they come outside say they fed for that man. But then same people they would sorry for say, oh people then they suffer in the country. I mean say when all man they see, I see that woman they today na King Dimitri. I listen and see normal. I turn my phone off because I not be one continue for see and then they can make like me so I feel sorry for the people that say me pressure can go up for salon. I can say, hey, now so people then they suffer. And we not able to do things like where school don't open so. Children have been talk about school. We will then I know right now. Now this week we don't down for pay school fees na salon for picking them. So anybody talk like me for talking at salon say when me phone ring now the afraid. You know they have a privileged conversation with anybody. It's triangle. That thing they I don't know how I can feel. Sunday they I can talk say let that person they left message. So I think so for all for they do now, Lord think Koda can be president for Sierra Leone. You be a Muslim, you be a Christian, Lord pray for get a good leader. Now that's no more. But where all man they can that aggressive way for talk and for say this person he lie. Lord let for the use that word they lie, Lord put her in the civilized way, we go fine. Now that's na me on take.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Well, that's now Daniel Oldfield. The game be end up 1-1. We be even able for beat them one day. Even at 3 safe. But we make careless. So we end up 1-1. It's not friendly, something going to not friendly. But friendly says for pull chest too. Alright. That's how they left everything for today. The cost of living in Sierra Leone. The Minister of Trade, the Minister of Agriculture, the President, the people and they call for your attention. We'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again tomorrow. Tigi Polisi. Tata.